Hey Bones, you know, when I was a new player, I had a real hard time imagining what in-game would actually be like, because like in an abstract way, you know, well, raids are in-game and there's some trials that are really hard that are in-game, but what does a typical day of play look like whenever you are max level and you've already unlocked all the dungeons, the trials, the raids, the story, you've finished it? Like, what are you doing to keep you logged in day after day? This question I get a lot because, well, I guess it's really no secret that I'm a little bit of a one-game Andy. I mean, I can't deny that, but as far as I'm aware, Final Fantasy XIV is the only game. So I don't really need to play other games when this is the only game that there is. So there's that. But I mean, look, I'm also going to the gym. I'm learning how to cook. I'm learning Japanese. I'm playing with my pets. My cat, she's actually right here. I don't know if you can see her. I'm sitting at the edge of my chair right now. I'm on the edge of my seat. But anyway, the point is that I really just wanted to walk y'all through a typical day for me in Final Fantasy XIV when I'm not streaming. Because yes, on stream I am doing Savage Raids. That's like a huge priority for me. But that's all streamed. And on stream I try to do content that I think will be entertaining for the audience. But off stream I'm just doing whatever I want to do, no matter how entertaining it could have been for other people to watch. And so I want to talk to you more about like what I do just when I'm not streaming or making a video or anything like that. I'm just chilling out, hanging out, enjoying Final Fantasy XIV all on my own. So usually the first thing that I do when I log in is I check on my bunny boy retainers. I check on my harem over here, and I complete all the ventures that I'd sent them on. I get all the loot that they had brought me back from the ventures. I send them out on new ventures. So like usually during the course of a play session, I'm checking back on my retainers regularly whenever they're done with a venture. And I really enjoy the retainer system in general. I have a little bunny boy that whenever he goes away, he says, "Nothing else? Then I shall be hopping along." Or if I send him on a venture, he will say, "I'll see it done in 2 shakes of a rabbit's tail." And look, it's the little things, all right. This makes me really happy. Here he says, "I really must be on the road again. Pray no harm befalls my soft, furry hide." So this is confirmed that male Viera at least, do have a furry butt. I mean, hide, I think, refers to the butt. I think it's not referring to the ears. So there is more fur. We should probably not question too much where that fur is. So anyway, they come back from the ventures, they bring me a whole bunch of crap I don't need, and now it's time to clean my inventory, and I actually love doing this. If you ever see me on stream and I have a cluttered inventory, it means I have not had a lot of time to play off stream, because this is something I think is boring for people to watch, but I like to do in my spare time. So I like to sell off all of the crafting materials that they brought. If they brought me armor or weapons, I will desynth it if I get a skill up from doing so. Otherwise, I will send it to the Grand Company. They will give me Grand Company seals. I will use the seals to buy loot boxes. With that's a new thing they added, where you can, I think you have to be a certain rank to buy the loot boxes. Like you spend some, it's like 20,000 Grand Company seals, and you can get a box that has either a mount or a minion inside it. Those have been fun. So I like to buy those. I like to buy Twin Adder Aetheryte tickets to teleport my bun straight to the Grand Company headquarters. It's really convenient. And I also like to buy ventures, of course, to pay my retainers to go out on the millions of quick exploration missions that they go on. Actually, I had a retainer bring me back something pretty cute lately. They brought me back a little flag, little reindeer minion guy. So after all that housekeeping stuff is done, I then like to do my role quests if I feel like it. I mean, I don't do this every time I log in, but just if I'm in the mood. So far, I'm working on the healer role quest. So far, so good. I like it so far. It's all right. I did ranged physical, and that was great. I really liked it. I did melee role quests. It was just terrible. Like, I'm sorry, I did not like it at all. It felt like it was a flop, and I had a hard time finishing it. Yeah, so if you've done it, you'll know what I'm referring to. After I've done the role quest, if I've decided to do that, then I will go do my Pixi Beast Tribe quest. I do that every single day, or I try to, because it's a ton of XP for a very small amount of effort. And so I like to pick a job that I'm really bad at, that I don't plan on playing that much actually, to get XP through the Pixi quests on. It's like a way for me to level without me having to inconvenience people in a public group. with my terrible ability on that particular job. Like if I don't feel like learning a job and I don't want to inconvenience other people by being terrible, I will just level it with the Pixi quest. So yeah, if you in need of XP, you can get it there in Lethal Run. I will also always kind of try to keep an eye on the Eorzea time whenever I'm playing to see if maybe it's time for me to go gather an unspoiled node. This is something I've started to do lately, trying to check if it's 12 o'clock, if it's 6 o'clock, or if it's 8 o'clock, a.m. or p.m. I will switch to botanist and I will attempt to go get a piece of lettuce or something that I can turn in for the purple scripts, because the purple scripts give me I can use those to buy a really cute outfit that'll make me look like a forest gnome bunny thing. So I really want that, and I've been working on that. Every day I also like to check the timers window for next mission allowance to see what I can turn into my grand company for a buttload of XP. And I will check the market board. Like if some of this stuff is cheap, I will buy it, turn it in, easy XP, right? You could obviously put a whole effort and craft it or gather it yourself. I'm way too lazy to do that, so usually I'll just buy it, and if it's too expensive, I skip it, and I see, well, maybe tomorrow there will be something cheaper that I can turn in and get free XP. Of course, there's also the roulettes for the day. This is the most obvious thing to do every day, I guess. And before I do that, though, I like to check my currencies to see if I'm about to cap on anything. So, like, how am I doing on my astronomy tomes? Do I need more? If so, I'll go do an expert. How am I doing on these others? Like if I'm about to cap on aphorism or poetics, I will go spend those. And usually I'll buy something that I can sell on the market board. So like aphorism, I'll go buy some crafting materials, or if it's poetics, I'll go buy some unidentified ore in Idleshire, and then I'll trade it in for Thanalon soil, and then I'll sell that soil. So that's it. I just don't like to ever cap on these, because when you're capping on these, and you're literally wasting money. You're wasting gil by not buying stuff that you could sell on the market board. So yeah, I check all that before I go in my roulettes. And I also, before I go in my roulettes, I will check my Wondrous Tales. Look at the deadline and see how much time you have left to do the Wondrous Tales that you have in your possession. For example, I have one with 81 to 89 dungeons. I have one for 90 dungeons. So I'm going to do an expert in a minute. Well, after this video, probably after I'm done editing. And I'm going to do second chance retry. And so now when I do my expert, it's going to count towards Wondrous Tales. So I make sure I do that. So whatever I do for my roulettes will count towards my Wondrous Tales. Now, I usually do not do every roulette. There's so many here, and some of them kind of feel like a waste of time. So I will do expert only if I need the astronomy tomes. I'll do leveling a lot of times just for fun or to level something. Like I like leveling. 50, 60, 70 I'll also do for fun as well. I like healing roulettes a lot. If I really need XP on a job and I don't want to think at all today, like if I'm really just tired and I don't want to use my brain at all, then I will do main scenario, because it's a ridiculous amount of XP, and you don't have to do anything really. You just follow the mob and turn on Netflix or YouTube or stream or something and just chill out. No, I will do that sometimes, but I kind of have to be in the mood for it, because it is just so long. It's so long. Like Pixi Quest, by the way, that's something that I'll usually do on a job that I'm terrible at, so that, because you're not inconveniencing anybody by not knowing what you're doing in main scenario. Like, it doesn't matter what you're doing. As for the harder content, like I said before, on stream is when I'm doing my Savage Raid prog, and off stream, I sometimes will do extremes or trials. It kind of depends on how tired I feel. It really depends on my mood. So sometimes I might go into Party Finder and do that. Our raid group doesn't raid on weekends, so everybody's free to Party Finder on the weekend. So if I'm in the mood, maybe I will go try to improve my performance on Savage through Party Finder, or I will just hang out a little bit in extreme trials. But lately that's been kind of rare. I guess I've just been tired a lot lately, so I've just been doing the raids with my static. If I want something completely different, I might go do side quests. The Inwalker side quests have been amazing. There are some that are very well written that, even though they're very short, they will evoke some emotions in you. And like some of them are extremely sad, or they're like interesting. They teach you more about the world. So I've been savoring those and not rushing through them, just trying to take them slowly every once in a while when I'm in the mood. Now, actually, I have been doing lately a lot of fate farming as well. This is something that I tend to do at the end of my play session when I'm getting ready to go to bed and I have like not a whole lot of time left. I will hop on Warrior and solo fates very easily with my chocobo out because as a warrior, it has been fun. Like, you are a one-bun army. You do not need a DPS. You don't need your own DPS or your own healer. So I've been out there with my chocobo, just leveling up my chocobo. I've maxed out his DPS tree. I'm working on his healing tree. And like, as if I need more healing on warrior. But I've been enjoying that. And I've been farming the bicolor gemstones that way. You don't need a party for that at all. You can just completely do it on your own. And I will listen, if you're a warrior, and I'll just turn on a podcast and gather gemstones. And it's kind of grindy, but sometimes that's just what you're in the mood to do. One reason I do like to farm out the fates and get the bicolor gemstones is because you can use them to buy bicolor gemstone vouchers. Now, you can only buy these if you are max rank with every Endwalker zone with the shared fates system. You can see that in your travel menu if you don't even know what I'm talking about. But once you're max rank with every zone, then you can buy the bicolor gemstone vouchers. Each voucher costs 100 bicolor gemstones, and you can sell them on the market board. Right now on my server, they're selling for like 100k gil each. I wonder if me talking about it is going to make more people go get them. Maybe this will lower the price. But yeah, there's a mount you can buy that costs 500 bicolor gemstone vouchers. So this means for the mount, you need a total of 50,000 gemstones. And if you just buy the vouchers to buy the mount, well, that's a 50 million gil mount if you just buy the vouchers to get it. But in any case, it's a great way to make gil. It's very mindless, very easy. Anybody can do it. Like, to put it in perspective, how long does it take to get 100 bicolor gemstones? I think one fate is like 14 bicolor gemstones that you'll get. So it's not very hard. I think it looks like a Taran Kodo personally, but not everyone I talk to seems to agree. So I think maybe I just have the WoW brain rot that makes me think that. So anyway, that's what a typical day looks like for me nowadays. I'm sure it will change over time, but just this is what I'm doing in the game. And there's some stuff that I would like to do maybe later. Like, I want to work more on my Gunbreaker mount. I'm like halfway towards getting the Saber-Tooth Tiger. I really want that. For that, I need to farm out some Stormblood trials. I put that on the back burner for now. And because I'm really more occupied with leveling jobs at the moment. And there's just so much of the game that I'm not even touching currently, like deep dungeons, crafting, fishing. Like, fishing is like its own game. Like, there's so much depth to fish. There's so much depth to fishing. It'll really hook you in. Gosh. But I'm not doing that right now. There's PvP, which I'm really excited to do when 6.1 comes around. And then 6.1 is going to give us Island Sanctuary. Who even knows what that's about? We don't even know what that is still. So I'm sure that my little routine will change whenever we get new stuff added in the next patch. But for now, this is how it is. It's what I'm happy doing. But with all these things that I like to do in my typical play session, I know that a standard day will look really different for other people depending on what they're interested in. Like, I have some people in my static that are doing Mahjong a lot, that spend time in the gold saucer. There's people that spend a lot more time crafting, or they'll spend a lot more time in doing the hunt and trying to spawn S ranks, or they're doing alliance raids, or they're trying to get glamour from various places. Like, that's another thing I would like to do is post more on Eorzea collection. This is an amazing website where I posted one glamour set, and I had the best time taking screenshots of it and putting together the set. And so that's a really fun thing to do as well. There's a lot of different things that you can do depending on what your interests are. So yeah, I would like to hear from you. Like, what is your day like? What do you log in to do every day? Do you have a little routine like me? Do you like to keep your inventory nice and tidy like I do? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you. I'm sure it would be very interesting for all of us to kind of share what our typical play sessions are like. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please consider supporting the channel on Patreon or on Twitch. You can also support the channel for free just by clicking the subscribe button or by sharing this video with your fellow adventurers. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.